Welcome students. In the last class we have learned about the graphs. ग्राफ कैसे बनाए जाते हैं, ग्राफ्स की इक्वेशंस क्या होती हैं, किस तरह से हम रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. अगर मेरे पास x की पावर 1 और y की पावर 1 है, then how will be the graph if the power is 2 for both the variables, then there will be a circle with some radius. and अगर इनके कोफिशिएंट 1 ना होकर के कोई कोफिशिएंट x की पावर 2 upon a square plus y की power 2 upon b square is equals to 1 है, then it will be ellipse. And this all we have discussed in the previous class. In the previous class I gave you some questions as well, that these are some questions which we have to discuss in today's class. So let's begin with today's lecture. In the first question he is asking about to draw the graph of 3x plus 2y is equals to 0. So if I solve it, it will be 3x is equals to minus 2y, or y is equals to minus 3 by 2x. It means the slope is minus 3 by 2. Now if I want to draw the graph, so at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 3 by 2. At y is equals to 1, x is equals to minus 2 by 3. And the line will be in the form of 3x plus 2y in this manner, where the angle is always obtuse, hence the slope is negative, that is minus 3 by 2 for this line. Coming to the second line, x minus 3y plus 6 is equal to 0. So if I want to calculate, it is x plus 6. So y is equals to 1 by 3x plus 2. So if I want to draw the line on the same graph, let me draw it by different color. So 1 by 3 is the slope of this line and 2 is the constant. So substituting x is equal to 0, we will get y is equals to 2. Substituting y is equals to 0, we will get x is equals to minus 6. Let's suppose someone here, that is minus 6 comma 0. Substituting x is equals to 3, y is equals to also 3. X is equals to 3, y is also 3. So if I want to draw the line will be in this manner. This will be my line, x minus 3y plus 6 is equal to 0, where the slope of this line is 1 by 3, where the intercept is c, which is nothing but plus 2, where the angle is definitely acute. It means the slope is greater than 0 or positive. Coming to the next question, if the particle started moving with the initial velocity u is equals to 1 meter per second, acceleration 2 meter per second square, the velocity of the particle is given by v is equal to u plus 81 plus 2t. The velocity time graph we have to draw. So we have to draw the velocity time graph. In that case, let's suppose this is time axis, this is velocity axis. Now equation is v is equal to u plus 80 at t is equal to 0. Substituting v is equal to u plus 80 at t is equal to 0, v equals to u, that is initial velocity, that is 1. So at t is equals to 0, the v is 1. At t is equals to 2, the v is 5. At t is equals to 2, the v is equals to 5. At t is equals to 1, the v is 3. Hence this will be my line which will represent v equals to u plus 80, where u is equals to the initial velocity 1 meter per second and acceleration is nothing but 2 meter per second square. If we come to the interpretation of the graph, in this graph, please look at here, the slope of this graph, this v will compare with the y-axis, this is x-axis, so the slope is nothing but acceleration, or we can say that the slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. Next, coming to the intercept, this is the positive intercept, which is the initial terminology which is known as the initial velocity, and that is 1 meter per second here. So this will be the graph for the second question. Similarly, we can do the third question. A particle moves with initial velocity 25 meter per second, retardation minus 2 meter per second square. So drawing this graph on the same axis, if initial is 25, let's suppose this is my initial point, the u is something initial 25, and definitely it is decreasing, and linearly it is decreasing minus 2 meter per second square. So if I apply v is equal to u plus 80 here, what is my final velocity? It will be 0. If I want to find the position when it came at rest, the initial is 25, the acceleration is minus 2, so after 12.5 seconds it will come at rest. So I can say that if it is my 12 and 13, so this is 12.5, so I can draw the graph in this way, and the red line indicate the third graph, which is having a slope of negative because it is an obtuse angle, and the slope will be negative. Since the slope of Vt graphs gives me acceleration, since the acceleration whatever I am having here, it is less than 0, that is negative, that is minus 2 meter per second square. The starting point is initial velocity, that is 25. So these were the types of the graphs or the questions which can be asked, or how can it will be helpful for us, the graphs, to represent the motion on paper. Let's begin with a new topic for today's lecture, and that is calculus. Before moving ahead, let me clear you what calculus indicate. The calculus has some part which is known as differentiation, integration. The differentiation is something where we difference or where we calculate the subtraction or difference of any quantities with respect to another quantity or another variable. Wherever the integration is nothing but integrate, it means to add something or to sum. So in the simple word, I can say that the differentiation and integration are opposite to each other. It means if I have any differentiation, if I want the original number, I will integrate it. Let's suppose x का डिफरेंशिएशन x डैश है, तो x डैश का इंटीग्रेशन x होगा. हम इसको ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. Now coming to the another part, the integration has a symbol of this, which can be denoted as sum. So the integration can be represented as integration of y dx, whereas the differentiation has a symbol of d or dy by dx. Let me clear one more thing, that the differentiation and integration can only be possible with respect to some another quantity. It means y का इंटीग्रेशन करना है तो किसके रेस्पेक्ट में करना है, that is more important. y का डिफरेंशिएशन करना है तो किसके रेस्पेक्ट में करना है, that is more important. The del y by del x is nothing but y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. It means the change in the quantity of y with respect to the change in quantity of x. In the words, we can say that change in y with respect to change in x. Coming to y dx, the first more important thing was we need some variable with respect to which we are integrating or differentiating, and second most important is जो भी मेरा वेरिएबल है उसका इंटीग्रेशन और डिफरेंशिएशन उसी वेरिएबल के रेस्पेक्ट में होगा, y का इंटीग्रेशन x के रेस्पेक्ट में नहीं हो सकता, सो वी विल राइट इट एज y dy. y का डिफरेंशिएशन x के रेस्पेक्ट में नहीं हो सकता, वी विल नॉट गेट एनी प्रॉपर वैल्यू, सो वी विल राइट इट एज x dx. So how do we calculate the differentiation of any quantity? Let's suppose there is a number that if a body is changing its position from 2 meter to 7 meter in the time 3 hours, or we can say that 3 p.m. has started and reaches to 5 p.m. So I can say that the change in position that is 7 meter final position minus initial position minus 2 meter. The change is always being calculated or find with the help of final minus initial, and the change in time if we find, then it will be final minus initial. So the change in position with respect to the change in time is nothing but the velocity or speed, as we have discussed in the 9th class. So the speed and the velocity is change in displacement with respect to the change in time, that is 5 meter per 2 hour, or if I convert it into the second, it will be 5 into 2 into 60, that is 1 by 24 meter per second. It means we can say that the speed or the velocity is nothing but change in position with respect to time. Whenever we calculate or whenever we find any relation with respect to time, it is said to be rate. The rate is always being measured with respect to time. It means the rate of change of displacement, it's said to be velocity. The differentiation is being calculated as difference, which is nothing but the subtraction of any quantity with respect to another quantity. So we can say that the differentiation of any quantity with respect to the another quantity, or difference of any quantity with respect to another quantity, or we can say that change in quantity with respect to change in another quantity. This was the introduction to the differentiation. Let's coming to the direct examples or the formulas related to the differentiation, how we will apply this differentiation and what can be the formula applicable to it. Let's move to the next part. If there is a constant, let's suppose 5, if its speed is constant and it is 5, so will that speed change? No, it will not change. So it will not change because its speed is constant. It means the change in 5 with respect to any time will be 0. It means the differentiation of constant is always be 0. So these are some formulas which are listed here. We will discuss the application of these formulas of the differentiation and integration. I request to everyone to please go through with these formulas so that in the next lecture you can understand that how can we apply these formulas or what is the particular formula means. This is the differentiation formulas we are having. These are the list of the differentiation formulas. Please go through these formulas once prior to attending the next lecture. These are some integration formulas. Please correct it. This is x to the power n. These are some integrations formulas which we are going to use in the next lecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss the applications of differentiation and integration, the questions based on it, and how do we use these formulas. Till then, please be in touch. Have a nice day.